while we're here, let's review the backstory of these characters that is never talked about in the actual game. I should refill my drink cup for the Kyrie.
My drink cup floweth over.
Oop. Young and Fury. Don't tell me how it's pronounced. I wasn't having trouble.
Obviously.
No, I was having trouble thinking of a funny thing to pretend that it was. Is a member of the Holy Knights.
Oh, that's his band?
Yeah, he's the drummer. Eschews the other members of his group to carry out his work alone. However, his innate powers have earned him the respect of everyone. Capital E for everyone. So this is prototype Nero. This is what he looked like in, like, the design doc. And you can just see, like, it's really in your face how much it's like, oh, he's Virgil's kid. Because he's wearing fucking purple, for crying out loud.
Purple,
and he's got a blue vest underneath. It's so upfront. And then the EX color one is he's just wearing blue. So they're not even trying. So then we got Dante, legendary devil hunter, who sealed away the demon Emperor Mundi.
Moon Demon.
Lucy.
Dino.
His mastery of close quarters and range combat has led some to believe that he has surpassed his father. So already it's like the Devil May Cry power level delineation of half Saiyans are stronger than full-blooded Saiyans. And then this is Dante dressed up as Sparta, where once again you can see Sparta wearing the purple. Do the spin. Spin, bitch. Yeah! As you can see, he is wearing purple, just like prototype Nero does. Because it's really in your face. And then you can also see he's wearing the pendant from it's no longer a shitty PlayStation texture. It actually looks decent.
We're the Dark Souls pendant.
And then this is funny. They put this in for the special edition. It's Dino. It's Dante.
It's the legendary Dino.
It's the legendary Devil Hunter Dino.
You know, my neighbor.
Dante. And we got a profile for Verge here. But the thing that I like, and I did show this in the DMC3, is Virgil also has a Sparta outfit. Because Sparta just looked like them both. And they were identical twins, but then the art style kept getting better. The graphics kept getting better, so they started looking less and less similar. But in this, you can actually see his face is all fucked up.
Yes.
Like he's corrupted, because this is apparently like what Virgil looked like while under Mundus's control. When the Nello Angelo helmet comes off, this is what his face looks like. And you can even see that his pendant is gold, which is what the detail was in DMC3. DMC's is, Dante's is silver, Virgil's is gold, and it doesn't look like a shitty PS2 texture anymore.
Hey.
And we got Trish with her tits.
Tits.
I don't know why she chooses to dress like that.
Trish tits.
Trish tots. Trish tacos. Damn you loading screens. Once again, you are the bane of my existence.
I didn't like who you became right there.
Kyrie. Every time I hear Johnny Young Bot, I don't think anyone else says her name in the game.
Well, because you don't really
Kyrie.
need to, because he says it enough for everybody.
Kyrie. No part of this name is pronounced like that.
Well, that's literally how it's pronounced.
Kyrie?
It's Latin.
You're Latin. Me kick your ass. Letting. Kind and loyal. So here's Amy from Sonic Boom. Just generic female character.
You know.
Season 1 Futurama Leela. She's renowned for her musical ability, which has earned her the coveted role as lead voice in the school choir.
Spartan singers.
So here's the word. Their relationship resembles that of brother, friend, and lover all in one.
Ew.
Japan, why? Japan, no.
No.
Don't do this.
Don't. Oh, no.
Credo is the supreme general. Not a good title to have. A very Nazi title.
You can't call it fatherland because a bunch of old Germans would be going, that's a good one.
As Kyrie's brother, he too has accepted Nero into his family, despite the youth's insubordination. And we got Angus. And Gloria, because I don't know why they pretended that Gloria and Trish are two different characters.
T-Rish.
Tyrish. Anyway.
Kyrie.
I do like the Sparta outfit, because I like that the DT is just Sparta, and I like pretending I'm playing as Sparta. Because it'd be cool to have a Sparta game.
Well, fuck! Hurt myself with the music.
Never hurt yourself on the account of the music.
Some art is worth suffering for.
Pain is temporary, art is forever.
Bam!
So once again, as with every Devil May Cry game, for some reason, we have a level where the entire level is spent with you constantly having your health be drained.
Oh yeah, keeping up that tradition.
Yeah, the noble tradition of a level based around life degradation. You must escape before your life is drained. So DMC 1 did it. DMC 2 was probably the worst version of it, that's for sure. But it had it, and it was terrible. And then DMC 3 did it, and then this, at least in this one, they're not like, oh, you're picking up an item and have to take it to another part of the location. So, like, that, I think, betrays, not, like, betrays in a bad way, but, like, belies how we've gotten further and further away from Resident Evil with every passing game.
Yeah.
Because, like, remake Resident Evil, the remake of the original game, had that one item, smoking. Give me these life. Had that one item where you had to walk from one end of the lab all the way to the other, and if you ran, you would explode, and if you got bit by a zombie, you would explode. And, like, that's the closest it ever got. But, like, that whole thing of, like, you collected an item, and that item is, like, causing you damage until you use it on the door that it unlocks or whatever, like, comes from that original, you know, survival horror-esque, like, what do you call it? Like those old, adventure games, where, you know, you get a new item, time to run back through every room that you've been in and rub the item that you got on every locked door until it opens up a new area. Especially sexual. Like, I'm insulted that you would even suggest that it wouldn't be sexual by implying that we have to specify.
Exactly.
Whoop. Fuck
You
you!
could probably, gauge through all of these videos where, like, we do them in sessions where we start at, like, 6 p.m. and then we end around, like, 6 a.m. and by that time we're both just
dying,
completely dead.
Yeah.
We haven't eaten, slept, shit, anything in, like, 12 hours.
No.
And you could probably see the degradation of quality as the videos go on.
Yeah.
And then it picks back up when we...
Yeah. This one's not going to be very long. We're on mission 16 of 20.
Yeah.
It's not going to take that long, don't worry. Yeah. Although
just sorry about the part before this.
Yeah.
Right before we
where
went
it's just
to
like...
oh my god. Okay. Where I stopped talking 3 hours ago. And...
Oh, but here's the best part. So, hey, remember the dice mini game with Nero?
Hey, now
remember? And so here's Dante doing it. This is stupid. I'm not doing it. Fuck you. So, like, this is literally Dante being just like, I've done this. This is the best Dante. I like, even DMC5, I prefer this Dante over the Dante in DMC5, because this is DMC5 where he's just like, I know what I'm doing, and I have a handle on the situation. Because, like, he's getting to this fucking dice room, and he's like, whatever, been here, done that, not dealing with it, because I know how this goes, type of thing.
You like Uncle Dante.
Yeah, Uncle Dante is my favorite Dante.
Grandpa Dante is good, but not as good as Uncle Dante.
Grandpa Dante.
Grandpa Dante.
Kind of. Well, like, no, because he doesn't have kids, but in DMC5, Kyrie and Nero adopted a bunch of kids. Like,
still didn't bone.
No, it seems implied that they've boned. Like, we can make a baseline assumption that Kyrie and Nero have done it.
At least once.
Have had the sex.
Have engaged in marital intercourse. I invite you to join me in marital intercourse.
The one-time gunslinger is useful. So that's, like, that's... I keep meaning to talk about this, but, like, the thing that makes DMC one of, if not the best character action, like, series... That's another thing that we're talking about, although someone else did a video on that already, and it's way better than anything I could say. But, like, that's something that, like, because we have a bunch of character action game franchises now. We have Platinum, and that's kind of all they put out now. That's, like, their thing.
Yeah.
We have our Bayonettas, we have our, even to a lesser extent, series like God of War, which I don't think qualify as character action games, but it's along that vein of, like... Nah, no, I wouldn't even say God of War. But... You know what I mean? There's a bunch of them, but I still think DMC is, like, the best one in terms of that, like, gameplay genre, because it has the same design philosophy that, like, fighting games have, where it's based around racking up combos and like learning the character and learning all the moves that he can do. And it's more about, like, skillful input than, like, in Bayonetta, I feel like, because it's 2-button combos, I like the Bayonetta games, but I like DMC more than Bayonetta. Oh yeah, 'cause look at this. Like, just the way that the things you can do in DMC are just more, and I feel like it's because it feels informed from, like, the design philosophy of fighting games, because Itsuno used to do fighting games. Like, that's what he was known for. That's what he did at Capcom before they got him to start doing Devil May Cry, is he worked on a bunch of fighting games. Because, I mean, obviously, in addition to being the Resident Evil guys, Capcom were the Street Fighter guys.
Yeah.
So, like, Resident Evil and Street Fighter, like, the DNA of every Capcom game has its roots in those two series. And, like, one of the ways that DMC is just better at being that type of genre is because of the degree of player expression that you can get out of the way these games are designed. Because you have people, like, especially from DMC3, where you have people going like, oh, I just play Royal Guard, and that's what I'm really good at.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I learned how to do. It's like picking a character in a fighting game and just learning how to play that character and getting really good at it and learning all the nuances. Mm-hmm. Which is another reason I think having all of the styles available just at a press of a button is a good thing and a bad thing. Because now it's like, you don't have to make your choice and just get good at it. Now you have everything available to you at the press of a button. So on the one hand, that allows for more potential for player expression. Like, now you can mix and match and, like, have that potential for, like, showing off.
But it just means that you don't get good at it.
Yeah.
You have so many options, you don't get good at any of them.
Exactly. Like
switch to the one you need.
The people who played Devil May Cry 3 first and like picked one style, like and be like, I'm really good at Trickster, I'm really good at Royal Guard. Like now, if you go off of just like, because if you go from DMC3 into DMC4, you're still gonna carry your experience from that game into this. Like, I basically never touch any of the other styles, I just use the one that I used in DMC3. And if you're skilled enough, like if you're at that high level of play, it benefits you a lot to be able to switch between the different styles whenever you want. And you can do even better at the game than you were ever able to do before because you're not limited. But for most players, the limitation was a good thing.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. My timing was so off. But for a lot of players, the limitation was a good thing because it let them, like...
specialize.
Yeah. And like, it says something about their personality as a player based on what they picked.
Yeah.
You
like a jack of all trades, master of none, if they give you everything.
Yeah, you don't really learn anything about the way someone plays Dante in DMC4 compared to, like, what style did they pick and stick with in DMC3.
Yeah.
In DMC4, it's just like, oh, he, you know, he forgot that you can switch styles.
Yeah. I don't remember who it was or what two games they were talking about, but they were comparing two RPGs and saying why they preferred one to the other. And they were saying because with this one that they didn't like as much, they're like, I always feel like whenever I lose a battle, I always feel like I could go and, like, I could equip this, or I could use this item instead, or I could use a spell, or blah blah blah. Whereas in the other game, it's simpler, that I know if I failed, it's because I suck.
Yeah,
and I just need to
fucked it up,
yeah,
and I can do better. But, like, in other games, it's like, well...
I just didn't have the spell equipped, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have this item equipped.
It's more, it's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
And there is an objective correct answer.
Yeah.
It doesn't come down to your skill or your execution.
Exactly.
It comes down to, well, you should have picked that style.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons, like, there's enemies in this game where it's like, no, you should have just switched to Gunslinger and used that, or, well, it's the boss fight, so just equipped Royal Guard and like, use that. Well, it's like, well, I don't fucking want to.
Yeah, that's not the point, like...
I shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Fucking Nero doesn't have to switch to Trickster in order to use the iframes to dodge everything. I like using Swordmaster because I like having all the extra combos.
Yeah. Where it's less like about skill and more about did you switch to the right thing.
Because I said that in DMC3, every encounter had to be designed for every style. But in this, they're like, well, they can switch to whatever style they want, so we can just, like, this is the Gunslinger enemy.
Yeah.
You have to switch to Gunslinger or else you're just not going to do a good job against this guy.
And you're going to get a low rank because it takes a long time to kill him any other way or whatever else.
Yeah. Like, and that, like, the ranking of it is, again, this is another reason that Devil May Cry does better at it than other games in the same genre, because you can still look really cool doing the thing the wrong way.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get, like, oh, you suck, dull, like, that's not, you didn't do the cool thing. It's like, well, if you fucking brute force that and use Swordmaster against the guy you really should have gunslingered against, that's still kind of cool.
Yeah.
You made it harder for yourself, but you're still getting the good style rankings.
Yeah.
Come on. Look at these dongos.
The Doge is pleased.
I don't know if you noticed, but Dante has had a different battle theme compared to Nero. Because Nero had The Time Has Come and So Have I. Dante has a different song that's been playing. It's kind of hard to hear for us. I really have to turn the audio for the game down. Oop, shit. I also, like, again, in DMC 5, I pretty much only ever use Rebellion and, like, Ebony and Ivory and Dr. Faust. That's it. I pretty much don't have any other weapon equipped. So in this, it's really annoying to have to be like... Oh, gotta do it twice in order to get the weapon that I actually want. Oh, gotta do it twice to get to the rocket launcher. Gotta do it twice to get to the shotgun. Nope. We went from a tropical... So, oh my god. Gee, I sure hope you're enjoying going through this environment we already went through in the other direction,
you know,
earlier in the game. I swear to god, like, like, I think it's in an interview somewhere, but someone had to have mentioned, like, nah, they had to rush this out.
Yeah.
We didn't have time to finish the game.
As the dog flips through the wall there.
Whoop! Gimme!
Kitty.
That's the most important thing. Like, they went through all the trouble of designing Nero as a brand new character, and then they throw Dante in there and be like, well, you gotta have Dante in there. Play as the character that's, you know, the actual main character of the series. Well, does he get his own levels? No. He goes backwards through all of Nero's levels.
The sloppy seconds and leftovers.
He has to fight all of the bosses that Nero fought. He has to go through all the levels that Nero went through. He has one unique enemy that is designed for him. Everyone else he just has to deal with. Like, none of these enemies are designed around the unique... Especially considering you can do style switching. None of these enemies are designed around the idea that, like, you can trickster up to a guy and then switch to Swordmaster, and then if he attacks you, you can switch to Royal Guard. Like, even with that, the game isn't really taking advantage of the fact that he has all his styles available to him. So, like, if you're gonna do that, at least commit to it.
It's exploiting it, but not taking advantage.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a positive design change.
Yeah.
Wish you would have noticed me earlier.
That, to me, is, like, the most, like, he literally sat on that sword and waited until the boss noticed him.
Damn.
Oh, this will look really cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit on the sword, and then he's gonna be like, hey, get off my sword.
Yeah.
Oh shit, this is really hot. My coat's getting ruined. My $4,000 coat.
My Amadeus coat.
So now, like, he is like the son of Sparta. So, like, he immediately knows who Dante is on sight. Almost every other boss in the series is like, who the fuck are you? How are you such a cool guy? Okay, are you ready?
Ready?
Just evaporating. And, like, I fucked that second... I fucked that second one up. That second one should have killed him if I hadn't done it wrong. Whoop. Whoop. Come on. Damn it. That second one should have killed him, but I fucked it up because that weapon has a glitch where if... It's not really a glitch, but it's like... the guy who killed my dad beat me. How shameful.
It's your call, pal.
What is with that delivery? Or you can walk your ass back through that gate. I like how Dante's kind of, like, disappointed that he had to kill him, Burial. He's kind of like, come on, I said you could leave.
That's all right.
Thanks. I'll take this then.
I was hoping for a bit more than just a few sparks.
Okay, so...
Where's your liver?
This is a very important cutscene, and we all need to appreciate it.
Jiggy Bosh.
It penetrates.
It does. Still.
Yep. In the end?
We're all satisfied.
Was
I
it
think
good
he
for
might have
you
been
too?
talking about the penis.
Was it good for you too?
He might have been talking about the vagine.
I like this part though.
It don't look so big from where I'm standing.
I think that line sums up Uncle Dante to me. He looks at the giant god mecha
And
that's
then
destroying
swishes its head
and just
with
kind of
his-
goes like, yeah, it doesn't look so big from over here. Fuck you.
motherfucker.
Like he's not intimidated. Like he is the epitome of confident.